Lavanya Shahapal ma'am. Though we all are stuck at home at present, better days are yet to come. So I will remain connected with y'all and I will try to help you out with class 10's geography syllabus. So let's start the very first chapter, that is resource and development. Now before I start the chapter, I would like to give you the brief synopsis of the entire chapter. The chapter goes like this. First, you need to discuss about what is resource, what is development. Then we will discuss in details about resource classification. What are the categories on the basis of which we can classify resource, along with examples. Then comes what are the problems that we face for developing resource. Resource development, resource planning. Why resource planning is needed in India. And after that we have land resource, where we will discuss about the different land utilization. What percentage of area is occupied by which kind of economic activity. And as we are discussing about land resource, we will also discuss about soil. We will concentrate only on soil as land resource. We will discuss about the characteristics of each type of soil. What are the crops that can be grown in each of the type, and in which particular areas in India where such soils are found. Okay, so let's start today's class with resource and development. Now the definition which is given in the book of resource tells us that it is something that satisfies our need. It is technologically accessible and economically feasible and culturally acceptable. So these are the keywords which are required when you are writing a definition of resource. According to E.W. Zimmerman, resources are something that has some kind of functionability. So anything which is useful to us, anything which is helping us, anything which we are using in our daily life, that is a resource. Now we always don't use the same kind of thing for the same purpose. When you are walking down the road, sometimes we have the habit of playing with a piece of stone. We kick the piece of stone and it rolls and again we kick it. So can you tell me, is this piece of stone can be called a resource? No. Now if you bring this piece of stone back home and if you paint it with different colors and if you use it on your study table as a paperweight, so it is providing you some kind of service. It is not letting the papers to fly away, to move away. So now as you are using this piece of stone, yes, definitely you can call it resource. So resources are something that has some kind of utility or functionability. So in the nature, in the physical environment, we find different kinds of resources are available to us. But are we able to use all kinds of resources directly? No. Some of the resources can be used directly, some of it needs to be processed. Now this transformation, this processing of resources, it is done within the physical environment itself with the help of two more important factors. So this physical environment is something that is surrounding us, and within this physical environment we have human beings who are playing a very important role. We have the manufacturing units or the factories, which we call as institutions, where the processing of the resource is done. Along with that, we have technological know-how, the intelligence or skill of human beings that help to develop the resources. So, physical environment, technology and institution, these are just like the three apex of a triangle. And who is there in the middle of the triangle? It's the human beings. It's us who are playing a very instrumental role in developing the resource. We extract the resource from the physical environment with the help of technology, with our skill and knowledge. We transform the resources in the institutions or in the manufacturing units. Next we come to classification of resources. The first type of classification of resource is on the basis of origin. It is classified into two groups, biotic and abiotic. Biotic refers to all the organic materials available on biosphere. They are present on biosphere like human beings, different kinds of plants and animal species, microorganisms and different kind of flora and fauna including the forest lands. When we talk about abiotic resource, we actually refer to the non-living things, water, minerals, these are all abiotic resources. Next type of classification is on the basis of exhaustibility. Some of the resources can be reused, it can be used over and over again. For example, wind, solar energy, water. So they are never to finish. We can use them over and over again. They never get exhausted. So they are called renewable resources. The next type is non-renewable resource. That means there are some resources like minerals, coal. If you use these resources, they will finish. Like petroleum, fossil fuels like coal and petroleum, if you use it, it will get exhausted and it will take a very long time, over a long period of time they will once again form. It will take a very long time for them to form once again. So these are non-renewable resource. Next we have the resource classification on the basis of ownership. A personal car, your own house, your own building in the urban area, these kind of resources are actually referred to as individual resource. In rural areas, pond, a particular plot of land which can be used for farming, well, and say particular trees planted by you, it can be referred as individual resource. That means it belongs to somebody in particular, it is somebody's personal property, so it is a individual resource. The next type is community owned resources. Now if there is a lake in a particular area which can be used by the different people for washing and cleaning, especially in the rural areas. If there are say public parks, community halls,